For Don Ohlmeyer, life in television began in the wild frontier of ABC Sports under Roone Arledge. It was a home to television originals. From Howard Cosell, said Ohlmeyer, he learned to tell it like it is.
What a football game this turned out to be!
From Jim McKay, the art of storytelling.
With beauty, excitement, and horror. In short, with triumph and tragedy.
From consummate director Chet Forty, how to get the job done.
We'll do the replay, then we'll go into commercial.
And from the Titan, how to listen to the audience.
3, 2, 1.
His first big job was primetime, Monday Night Football, where as producer at age 27, he pioneered handheld cameras and provoked virtuoso performances in the announce booth.
But right now, to tell you in detail about the Oilers as only he can with his Texas cornpone dandy Don Meredith.
I never said anything ugly about you, Howard.
Ohlmeyer was behind the made-for-TV phenomenon Superstars, a multi-event test where the fun was watching the mighty on unfamiliar terrain. At the Montreal Games, one of 6 he worked on, he'd win an Emmy for triumph and tragedy, remembering the darkest days of the Olympic Games, Munich, 1972.
There were 11 hostages. 2 were killed in their rooms yesterday morning. 9 were killed at the airport tonight. They're all gone.
NBC Sports was Chapter 2. As a 32-year-old executive producer, he made an immediate impact, nurturing the network beginnings of Gumbel, Albert, and a certain cherubic dynamo. In a combustible and brilliant chemistry experiment, he teamed Ember, Packer, and McGuire.
Excuse me, Kenny Rogers. You got to know when to hold, you got to know when to fold, you got to know when to walk away, and you got to know when to run.
Pete Honcho distinguished coverage of horse racing, the World Series, the Super Bowl, and the gamut of the ever-widening sports world. It was Don Ohlmeyer who said, why not breakfast at Wimbledon?
He got it!
And why not let the legends of golf keep swinging? A show instrumental in the birth of the senior PGA Tour. And it was Ohlmeyer who dared try the announcerless game. Reminding broadcasters of their occasional excesses, but also making clear to viewers how much they'd be missed. Ohlmeyer Communications was another bold venture, a production, advertising, and marketing company with clients including the NFL, NHL, and Major League Baseball. With OCC, his risks would eventually be rewarded. $1 million in the red, he begged NBC to let him broadcast the Skins game as a time buy. Golf in the fourth quarter was thought to be follow. But the Skins thrived and multiplied.
Whoa!
At the dawn of another age in sports TV, acting as consultant and member of the ESPN board, he advocated pushing SportsCenter from the network's fringe as brief updates to front and center, making it the network's hallmark. And even when he left, he really couldn't leave. As new head of NBC Entertainment, he wrote into his contract that he'd be allowed to direct the Indy 500. And of all the highlights on a formidable resume, being at the Brickyard remains his favorite, cutting 52 cameras, tracking machines whizzing around a 2.5-mile track at upwards of 200 miles an hour. A task that's wild, seemingly impossible, but always exhilarating. Every second, a new challenge to be met and conquered. Just like it had always been from the start. Just as he'd always wanted it to be.